on an isolated island in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, cut off from the rest of the world, lays two historic boathouses and a lodge. They are connected with one of America's great families and are now slowly fading away into memory. This is part of their story. On an average day in 1898, a jobless man with 3 kids and a wife came across an old factory in East Akron, Ohio. His name was Frank Seiberling. Always a businessman, he borrowed $3,500 from his brother-in-law for a down payment and purchased the factory. He and his brother decided to open a rubber company. They named the company after a man who had discovered a process known as the vulcanization of rubber. His name was Charles Goodyear. And so, in 1898, Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company was born. Frank A. Seiberling, with the help of his chief engineer, developed and held the patent on a machine that mechanized tire building. And what used to take 10 hours for one man to build just 5 tires now only took minutes, and in one day a single man could now produce 60 tires. Frank Seiberling's Goodyear company then granted 50 licenses of this machine to other tire manufacturers in the country and made an estimated $2 million. By 1913, almost all of the tires made in the U.S. were manufactured with this machine. The company eventually became the world's largest tire producer for its time, and because of Frank's sheer determination to succeed and his 5'4" frame, he was given the nickname the Little Napoleon of the rubber industry. With his money, he built a 64,500 square foot home on 70 acres in Akron, Ohio, the Stan Hewitt Hall and Gardens. It still stands today as one of America's largest homes, and it's open to the public. Across the front door would be a stone carving, non-newbie solum, not for us alone. This was the Seiberling family motto, and they shared their estate and life with family, friends, co-workers, and members of the community. Together with his wife Gertrude, they had 7 children, the youngest of which died at only 9 months old. But the Seiberling family also built something else, a place they would affectionately call Cedar Lodge, on an island in northern Michigan. 2 boathouses with living quarters and a ballroom on top, with space for numerous boats on the bottom, and a 3rd cabin further away from the lake. It's said that the family brought many famous people in for balls, parties, to relax, and to even watch plays and performances by some of the famous musicians that they knew. Still today, you can only get to the island by boat. So Cedar Lodge now sits alone on an island in Michigan on Lake Huron, remembering the golden days in the early 1900s, when somebody named Frank Seiberling would revolutionize the tire industry. Over the years, I have watched as this place has fallen further and further into disrepair. I'm afraid one day it could be lost altogether, so I've come to film as much as I can from the water and capture the beauty and mystique of Cedar Lodge. Welcome to this episode of Matt's Rad Show.
Guys, it's Matt from Matt's Rad Show here. I got a special treat for you guys today. We're in a boat, in case you couldn't tell. I have procured a little aluminum boat with a Mercury, a Merc 110, bad boy on the back of it, old motor, but a great motor, a good motor, an amazing motor. Been around for a long time. Anyway, I'm up in the UP of Michigan again on Lake Huron, and there is an old spooky boathouse It's belonged to the Seiberling family back in the day. I'm not sure who it belongs to now. If you watch this video and you know anything more about it, feel free to leave some comments below. It'd be fun. They got a lot of cool history with the family and this place I'm going to show you. It's on an island, so you can't get to it, which is why I'm in a boat. So you won't see this anywhere else because, you know, it's private property. We're not going to be able to go on the property, but we'll just show you it from the boat. Like I said, we're up here in the Les Chenaux Island area of the Upper Peninsula of Michigan on Lake Huron in a very small boat. But nonetheless, we're gonna get going here, and so we got a little boat ride to get there, and then I'll show you it. So thanks for joining me on this episode, guys. It's gonna be fun. Get her in gear here. Well, I got my little POV camera here too, so you'll be able to see some shots of that as well. Make sure we're deep enough here. No rocks and such. Guys, we're here. We made it. And oops. Current's taking me here. Current's taking me. We made it. Here's the boathouse. And yeah, it's really cool. Looks like they might be fixing up the side of it here. That's brand new green paint right there. And the rest of it, you can see the old paint, but it's all made of, I mean, old timbers and stuff. I mean, everything they made was like kind of out of the natural forest and the trees and everything. I'm not sure when it dates back to, but like I said, early 1900s at least. And I'm not sure when this place was built. Leave a comment below if you know. Go around the dock here and see if we can see. They got a house up there too in the woods. Can't really see it. So they got one house back there in the woods you can't really see. This boathouse, total living structures upstairs there, and then same with this one here, another boathouse and living space upstairs. Pretty amazing for its time. And even today, it's absolutely gorgeous. You just don't have this kind of architecture anymore. You don't have this kind of craftsmanship, this kind of workmanship. You just don't see this anymore. And so the fact that this is still up, still remains, I mean, obviously it's weathered, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely love it. I would absolutely love to get in there and do a video on the inside. If by chance the folks who own this see this video, know that I'm a nice guy. I've been coming up here to the Les Chenaux Islands for many years. Have a lot of family that comes up here to the area, and I would absolutely love to take a tour on the inside. Very respectfully done, of course. And so I'm not even going to set foot on the property because that is somebody's property. You can't just go trouncing around someone else's property there without their permission. So I'm not getting out. I'm not going to go snoop around or anything like that, though I really want to. But I am going to putz our boat down here a little bit because they built a blockhouse down here too. And you don't see these things every day either. It's called a blockhouse. It's on the point here. It was a sleeper cabin for them, but it's built in the style of the old forts that they used to make up here. When the British were up in this area and the French were in this area, they would build these forts on the end and stuff, and as little lookout towers or whatever you want to call them. So this is really cool too. Let's go down here and take a look at this too before we head out here. It's going to be really windy coming around the point here. The island is no longer blocking the wind, and it wants to take this little boat just throw it the other direction here. So this could get a little tricky. Open water. Mackinac Island is way over there. You can barely see it, but that's Mackinac Island way over there. In the distance, that little blue thing sticking up there. That is Mackinac Island. Rock and roll. Alrighty, gang. Well, there's the blockhouse there. I'm crushing it. I'm crushing it. It's really windy out here, and this little boat I'm in is not doing good in the wind. So we're gonna turn back around, get by the island. I'll cruise back around the old Seiberling boathouse here and get some more shots of that. Alrighty, back in action. Do one little loop around here by the dock here for you guys. It's nice and deep here, so that's good. The water, I mean. I'm filming and keeping an eye on rocks in the water so I don't hit anything. How deep it is, so pardon me if it's not exactly framed up perfectly. What a cool spot though, huh? Absolutely incredible.
In the top of this boathouse, I believe they had a ballroom where they used to host parties. And you can't help but wonder, who came to dance? Who looked out those windows? I mean, people who were on the Titanic could have walked down this dock and walked the grounds. The place still seems to be speaking, telling its many stories of its glory days. When families came to visit, friends came to laugh, dignitaries came to eat and relax. The Seiberling family left their mark on American history and the world. The family tree is extensive, and the family is noted as being caring towards each other, friends, and the community. Though of course no families are perfect. In my research, I came across a note from Frank Seiberling's grandson, Ned. In it, he writes, "Sometimes I am led to wonder whether in all the world there lives and breathes a family as wonderful as the Seiberlings. But whether or not this is certain, that I count myself born under a very kindly star to be one of the great clan, I would not trade places with anybody." At this point in time, I remembered that my camera I was wearing on my head was waterproof. I had to take a look. The world has changed in ways that nobody could have imagined since these dock posts were placed here underwater, and Frank Seiberling played a big part in that change. But I wonder when the last time it was that he watched a sunset off of his dock. Frank died of pneumonia on August 11th, 1955. He was 96 years old. During his lifetime, he was known for the fair treatment of his workers. He also donated millions to charitable causes and believed that real prosperity was only gained through the enlightenment and improvement of every citizen. I can say that after studying his life even just a little bit, I find myself inspired. But we find ourselves where we began our little story of this family, staring in awe and wonder at Cedar Lodge.
Alright gang, that's all the time I have for Matt's Rad Show today. Please like, subscribe, leave some comments below if you know more about the history of this place. There's a lot of history out there about the Seiberling family, really cool family. A lot of cool history there, so hope you enjoyed this episode. You just don't see stuff like this every day, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. And you never know, I'm gonna throw a long shot out there. But the family who owns this place now, probably some relation to the Seiberlings, I would guess, still. If you guys see this video, feel free to hit me up and send me an email or something like that. You can, or send me a message or whatever you want. Would love to come do an actual episode on this like inside and out, if you want. Do more of the history from your guys' perspective. But if not, cool. We'll just enjoy it from afar, like we did today. So, looks like they're restoring it. So good luck on the restoration. Can't wait to see what it looks like when it's all done. If you guys are in fact restoring it, that's awesome. So I'm gonna get out of here though, get back home. Hope you guys are having a good day. And Matt's Rad Show, I guess we will see you later. Thanks for joining me, guys. That's all I got. Okay, bye.